Now, they swing through the air with the greatest of ease. No, not just acrobats, but in fact gymnasts. Every Olympic Games, millions of people are glued to their television sets, amazed at their grace and athletic ability. But where are the Scottish champions of the future? Susie Mayer went along to find out.
Jumping jack. Jump your feet apart, jump your feet together, apart.
The gymnastics generation of the future.
You're doing the jumping jack, you're doing the jumping jack.
This is one of many preschool classes available at Scotland's 150 gymnastics clubs. 3-, 4- and 5-year-olds are taught the basics of the sport, such as balance and coordination, through a mixture of simple exercises and games. Scotland's by no means a formidable force on the world gymnastics scene. However, it's hoped that through classes such as these, talent will be spotted early and developed.
If we can get them early enough and we can instill the discipline, which this sport is about, unless you are disciplined, you cannot afford to have any carry-on or anything like that in a gym. And if we can instill the discipline then, that for future years will be very good.
Though the coaches are on the lookout for potential, their main concern is that the kids enjoy themselves. And, apart from the odd exception, they love it. What do you like about gymnastics?
The rope swing. Jumping on the trampoline. I would usually play in the pits.
And what else?
Get sweets as well.
The Scottish Amateur Gymnastics Association, better known as SAGA, recently recruited a leading Russian coach as a technical advisor. It's hoped some of his expertise will rub off on Scotland's hopefuls. He says encouraging youngsters is a start, but there's still a long way to go.
No professional coaches, very, very few numbers of professional coaches who knows gymnastics properly and very good. And maybe this moment just stop a little success of boys and girls in Scottish gymnastics.
However, not all the children share the burning ambitions being kindled by those in charge of their progress. What would you like to be when you grow up?
A paper shop lady.
Not a gymnast. Now, despite what you usually see on the television at the Commonwealth Games and the Olympics, not all the top gymnasts are teenagers. 57-year-old Gordon Forster from Edinburgh took up the sport 45 years ago and last September was voted King of the Swingers at the British Veterans Championships in Liverpool.
Certain skills give one a tremendous buzz. And being still capable of doing some of the strength work on the rings, that really fills me with pleasure. And if you can get a medal for doing it at the same time, well, why not?
The sport's divided into 4 disciplines. General gymnastics is basically a bit of everything and is suitable for beginners and those who aren't interested in competing. Youngsters who show potential are encouraged to go on to artistic gymnastics. For men, the exercises include the rings, pommel horse, floor, vault, parallel bars and the high bar. Women use the beam, asymmetric bars, the floor and the vault. In sports acrobatics, you work with other people as opposed to apparatus. Anyone can attempt this, but it takes a lot of time and hard work to get as good as these youngsters, all of whom are in the Scottish national team. Rhythmic gymnastics is another form of the sport. It's more dance-orientated and makes use of hand apparatus such as ribbons, hoops, balls, clubs and ropes. It's purely for women of all ages and it can be taken up relatively cheaply. Not many clubs cater for it yet, but those that do will provide your apparatus and an hour-long session will cost just over £1. And the price will be more or less the same for 60 minutes doing whichever form of the sport you fancy. Remember though that in all the disciplines, safety is paramount.
It's a high-risk sport. You can have many injuries, head injuries, neck injuries. Even doing sit-ups, if you do it incorrectly, you can pull back muscles, neck muscle, and you can actually cause serious injury doing sit-ups the wrong way. You have to be trained to do things properly.
Gymnastics facilities are available at many sports centres and schools, and there are also a few private clubs. All you need in terms of equipment is a t-shirt and shorts, but before you start you'll have to join Saga. The fee of around a tenner pays for your insurance and a year's membership. So there's plenty to choose from. Why hang about?
I was so bad at that at school. I was so bad at it. Now, if you or your child or your grandparents would like more information on gymnastics, then phone the Scottish Sports Council on 031 317 7200.
Now it's almost time for us to take a short break, but please